Imagine being less than 2 years old and having your father dedicate a headlining Coachella set to you in front of 100,000 screaming fans and a global live stream. For most toddlers, a special weekend involves a trip to the park, but for Jack Blues Bieber, it involved a custom Bieber Coachella tattoo and a front row seat to the most anticipated musical comeback of 2026. Over the last 72 hours, the internet hasn't just been talking about Justin Bieber's return to the stage, they've been obsessing over the rare, intimate glimpse Hailey Bieber provided of their family unit in the desert. While the critics are busy debating Justin's laptop and YouTube stage design, the fans are focused on a much more significant shift, the transformation of the world's biggest pop star into a cool dad who is finally healthy enough to show his son what he does for a living. The factual reality of Bieber Coachella was a masterclass in nostalgia and personal storytelling. On Saturday, April 11th, Justin took the stage for a 90-minute set that felt more like a living room session than a stadium show. He spent a significant portion of the night sitting on a stool, browsing his own YouTube history, and singing along to the videos that first made him famous at 12 years old. But the real story was happening behind the scenes. On April 13th, Hailey shared the Bieber Coachella photo dump that effectively broke the celebrity internet. In it, we see Jack Blues, born in August 2024, dancing on Hailey's hip during soundcheck and even sporting a tiny temporary tattoo on his arm. This wasn't just a festival appearance. It was a public declaration of stability after years of health scares and professional setbacks. The public reaction to the Jack Blues debut has been overwhelmingly emotional. Viral clips of the toddler raising his hands and swaying to his dad's music have racked up millions of views, with fans noting that Jack seems to have inherited the Bieber rhythm early. The social media debate, however, has focused on the YouTube theme of the performance. While some called it lazy for a $10 million headliner to essentially karaoke his own hits, the overwhelming sentiment from the Bieber community is that it was a profound artistic choice. By looking at his 12-year-old self on screen while his own son watched from the wings, Justin created a full-circle moment that felt incredibly intentional. This situation escalated because Hailey's caption didn't just celebrate the show, it acknowledged the invisible battle they've been fighting. For context, it has been 4 years since Justin's Justice World Tour was derailed by Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a condition that partially paralyzed his face and left his touring future in doubt. When Hailey wrote that nobody will ever know what it's taken to get here, she was reminding the world that this Coachella set wasn't just a gig, it was a medical and emotional victory. This says everything about modern influencer culture. We see the vintage Dior slip dresses and the clean girl aesthetic, but the real currency of 2026 is the story of survival and family resilience. At Original Commentary and Analysis, what does this say about the Bieber brand in 2026? It says that Justin and Hailey have successfully pivoted from controversial young couple to A-list parental blueprint. By involving Jack in the festival experience through Bieber Coachella branding, they are following the path of a Kardashian-Jenner model, but with a much tighter grip on privacy. We only see what they want us to see: the back of the head, the tiny arm, the blurry dance moves. It affects their reputation by making them seem like the most grounded version of mega-celebrity possible. They've moved past the drama era and into the legacy era. Maintain a conversational tone, but let's talk about the set list. Hearing Justin perform Favorite Girl for the first time since 2013 was a gut punch for the fans who have been there since the beginning. The pacing of the show was dynamic, moving from high-energy guest spots with the Kid Laroi to the slower, analytical tone of him scrolling through his own Chris Brown and Neo covers from 2008. Short, punchy sentences in the reviews have called it vulnerable and uncomfortable in the best way. It was a pop star performing his own end-of-the-world audit. We have to clearly separate the confirmed details from the online theories. It is a confirmed fact that Jack Blues was present for both the rehearsals and the live performance. It is a confirmed fact that Justin's set included 5 special guests, including Wizkid and Thames. The online theories, however, are currently spiraling about a 2027 world tour. Fans are theorizing that the YouTube theme was a way to test which old hits still have the most viral pull for a stadium audience. There is also a theory that Hailey's presence at the festival wasn't just as a wife, but as a co-creative director, specifically regarding the merch and the road pop-ups that were integrated into the weekend. +1. The analytical tone of the Bieber Coachella discourse is focusing on the family shout-out. During Everything Hallelujah, the camera found Hailey in the crowd just as Justin sang, "Hailey Babe, Hallelujah," followed by Baby Jack, Hallelujah. This wasn't just a sweet moment, it was a high-production cue. Slower, more thoughtful threads are discussing how this level of public family integration is Justin's way of reclaiming his narrative after years of being a product of Scooter Braun's management. In 2026, the product isn't just the music, it's the man. This leads us to a bigger industry question. Is the family festival the new standard for legacy acts? If Justin Bieber, a man who once struggled with the pressures of the spotlight, can find a way to make Coachella a safe space for his wife and son, does that change how other pop stars will tour in the future? The unresolved tension is the second weekend. Fans are waiting to see if Justin will change the YouTube set list, or if Jack will make another appearance. The future impact of this Bieber Coachella weekend will likely be seen in the next 12 months, as we wait for the official tour announcement that everyone now feels is inevitable. Ultimately, the image of 19-month-old Jack Blues Bieber dancing with a Bieber Coachella tattoo is the defining image of Coachella 2026. It's the proof that after all the sickness, the cancellations, and the tabloid wars, the Bieber name has survived. Hailey and Justin aren't just a power couple anymore. They're the leaders of a new kind of Hollywood family that puts the special weekend before the special guest. Do you think Justin's stripped-back YouTube performance was a genius way to reconnect with his roots, or should he have brought more of a stadium spectacle to the Coachella stage? Let's talk about it in the comments.